people love creating content, but I used to have a full-time job. And even when I was trying to launch EventShark, I had a full-time job. It's really hard to like promote yourself, create content while having a full-time job. How do you balance that?
Yeah. I mean, I think times have changed a lot. When I was first starting out, it definitely ruffled feathers in my like W-2 job like years ago when this was still like edgy and like not the norm. As long as you're not like offending people, what can they say? Like, we don't like that you like made a joke. We don't like that you're like funny and cool and interesting and like have a personality. Like, what, that would be crazy. I think also now we're at a point where people really love like thought leadership on LinkedIn and they like celebrate it. So I think it looks bad for companies to be anti-personal brand. I think there's like a lot of talk. Actually. Yeah, a lot of talk about how valuable it is for organizations to embrace people who have that presence. And I know that like in my full-time jobs, it has helped people find the company I work for, or they'd say, oh, I didn't even know like this company did that, or like, oh, I found out about your company because I follow your content, or like, oh, I applied at your company because I love your, like that happens all the time. So overall, like I think it's a total net positive, but I know like some companies can be really weird about it.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a company has someone that wants to post content and you're going to shut them down, it's huge. I mean, it depends if their content's bad or not, you know what I mean? But I totally agree. I think also that's one of the reasons why LinkedIn was so undersaturated a few years ago, because it was really risky for you to be posting on LinkedIn for your personally, unless you maybe were your own boss, but you could just get canceled like that and get fired, and then you're pretty much screwed.
Yeah. Now a lot of people see it as like a huge asset. I think like really savvy companies who are kind of like ahead of the curve when it comes to social media see it as a total asset. I think some industries and like some types of companies like definitely lag and are much more conservative. You know, I work in B2B tech, so it's always been pretty progressive. But I think if you're working in, you know, something like legal or like healthcare, it'll be a long time before like thought leadership reaches those verticals.
Yeah, they don't want you talking publicly about if you're like a doctor or like a health person.
Yeah.
When I was creating content at my company, it's I like collabed with, other than the sales team, but I collabed with the marketing team. So I kind of like would run ideas by them, and then they were like super stoked on it. So I think there's strategic ways for you to, if you are at a company, to like work with the marketing team on ideas. But I mean, at the same time, that's not your personal brand that you're going to bring to. And that was one problem, was I got too attached to like my company versus like I wasn't my own personal brand. Mm-hmm. So I think that's something as well, because you want it to be, you're not going to, realistically, no one's going to be at a company forever.
Right, unless it's your company. Like, and you can't expect people to have as much stock in your company as you do as like an owner. Like, you can't expect people to take it as seriously as you do, like as like someone who's in like a leadership position or actually owns the business.
Yeah, and me and Ding were just talking about this because we might do this for EventShark, but Alex Lieberman, his company, I forget what company it is, but they were incentivizing their employees to post on LinkedIn, and whoever had the most impressions like got like $1,000 spiff or something like that, which is genius.
I wish my company would do that.
Maybe it's just yeah. Well, of course, Amanda, you want that.
Yeah, no, that's super awesome. And like, I really think, as far as I can see, no negative impact. Like, unless you are offending people, which again, like LinkedIn, we're not like offending people on the platform. Like, I'm posting hot takes, but it's nothing where people are going to be like, I'll never use your enterprise software again. Like, you know what I mean? Because also like the type of business, it's like, it's business to business. So it's a company and they're investing thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So there's no like simple like unsubscribe or like I'm going to cancel with enterprise software. So overall, it's really hard to like make a negative impact with one individual person's social media.
Totally. That's a tip for anyone making content. Just send it. This is the right time to do it.
Yeah. And even if you do offend people, that's okay too.
Screw them.
I mean, yeah, you can't please everyone. I think there's like a difference between being offensive and being like a little off-putting. I definitely like can be off-putting, I think, to some people. But overall, like, as long as you're not like being a like hateful bad person, it's like post what you want. And if you don't have people who are like hating on you or like posting you on LinkedIn lunatics, like making fun of you and shit, it's like, well, you're not making enough content.
Yeah.